And welcome back. Our next guest experience dealing with social anxiety in her career actually inspired her to help motivate others struggling with the feelings of self doubt, as well as a lack of career strategy. And the question is, how can one actually start to conquer and deal with social anxiety in today's current job market? Joining us and sharing more details is career expert and founder at Black Swan Careers, Olga Etkina. And we thank you so much for being with us. And good to have you, Olga.
Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Honored to have you. And I mean, I think it's a very worthwhile conversation to have because, a lot of people have angst about going back to work. And when you talk
Yes.
about going back to work and, really just starting to reintegrate in society, we're now finding that more and more people actually suffer from social anxiety. So for somebody who
hmm
may not know what social anxiety is, let's put a definition to that.
So, social anxiety, I think, can be completely different depending on the individual. It is so individualistic, and social anxiety is essentially when you get anxiety in social settings, right? This could be at work, this can be out, this can be at your local coffee shop, right? You don't know when it's going to trigger, it's just going to trigger, and it makes you anxious. It makes it really difficult to have conversations. It really is an inconvenience, and that's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. And when you talk about that, it's hard to stay locked in, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
can be talking to you and then you're just not locked in because of social anxiety. Give me a little bit about what are the actual effects of it that once you start really dealing with it, what are the effects?
Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's so different depending on the individual. But for me personally, so I have difficulty breathing. It feels like somebody's sitting on my chest. I have difficulty like conversing and having conversations. Um, it just feels very limiting in the sense that you want to say stuff and you want to come into the conversation being your best self, really giving 110% into every conversation, right? Every day. You just can't. You can't find the voice. You can't find the power to speak up for yourself. It can be very debilitating.
Many people right now are struggling with this because we're trying to get back to work. We know that there is this thing that's known as an employee shortage. A lot of people are really dealing with that, but
Yep.
you're still going out there. People are still going out there and trying to find jobs. So if I have social anxiety and I've got to go to my job, I've got to, conduct or at least get an interview to do that. I can
Yeah.
sometimes mess it up with an interview, right? Just by not being
hmm
the right in the right framework. What kind of
hmm
advice do you give? What kind of suggestions do you give for somebody who may be dealing with this and has to go through that whole phase of, interviewing and re-entering into the workforce?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, and this is something that has taken me a while, is just be kind to yourself. Understand that this is absolutely normal. I think a lot of times when we think of any sort of mental health issues in general in the workplace is always, whether people say it or not, it's perceived as a weakness potentially, right? Or people are afraid that it'll be perceived as a weakness. And even now, companies are speaking about mental health and advocating for it. But I can't truly say that as somebody with anxiety, I feel still 100% comfortable being a leader and saying, I have anxiety, right? This is the first time that I'm doing this. And so if I'm having an issue with it, I know that other people are having issues with it as well. And so I think one, be kind to yourself. Understand that this is absolutely normal. This is something that you can, with a routine, manage, right? And I think the second thing, and this is something that took me a little while to realize as well, is that there is no like one size fits all solution for every individual. But there is a way to manage it through things like meditation, exercise, right? Having a really nice routine in the morning that sets you up for success for the rest of the day. Um, and it's finding what works for you and what really puts you in that really great frame of mind and combining it throughout the day to really ensure success and committing to it as well. I mean, let's be serious. We're all human here. I have a routine in the morning, right? But do I do it every single day? Absolutely not. Life is busy, right? And so
Right.
it's one of those things where you create a routine. You have the things that you know are really good for you, but you also be kind to yourself when life does get in the way and you're not necessarily doing everything that you should be doing. Because over time, as you commit to these things, you realize how much it helps you, and you'll just naturally gravitate back. And by being kind to yourself versus beating yourself up over, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, you're actually causing yourself more anxiety that way. So be kind to yourself, have a routine that works for you. And that takes testing, right? But there are strategies that you can implement that have been researched that work.
Mhm.
And just take it day by day.
For yourself, you've actually taken your career and your challenges, and you've actually put them together. You've got a course and a workshop that's available. So, for our viewers, let our viewers know a little bit about the course and the workshop and how they may be able to participate.
Yeah. So my company is called Black Swan Careers, right? And so our whole mission is to essentially help ambitious job seekers find careers that they love by working smarter, not harder. So historically, when you think of searching for a job, you think of this arduous process of applying to hundreds of jobs and like not hearing back, getting ghosted. It's just a mess, right? And it doesn't have to be that way, right? And so within Cultivate Career Authority, that's what we teach. And it's two parts. There's a course as well as like a group intensive workshop. And we teach everything from career clarity to ensuring that you're in the right mindset for the highs and the lows for a job search. And then really essential skills like interviewing and, of course, negotiation, right? These are things that pay lifelong dividends. And what's so wonderful about Cultivate Career Authority is that the skills that you learn within the time that you're a student, you can use again and again and again throughout your life. This isn't a one-time thing. You can use this throughout your whole career. You can use this in your life. It's something that you can embed in every like factor of your life, but especially your career.
Amazing. And so, I want to thank you so much for being with us and sharing this information. Want to make sure that people get involved and get connected
Yeah.
to you
Thank you
because
so much.
you're providing a much needed resource for so many people who are going through this right now. So, Olga, thank
Yeah.
you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, it was such an honor and it was so much fun.
Yeah, well, we gotta have you back. Olga Etkina, thank you so much for being with us. And want to let you know if you want more information, please go ahead and visit her website, blackswancareers.com. And
Yep.
then, of course, follow her on social media at Black Swan Careers. Gonna take a
Mhm.
quick break. We do have more show. Don't go anywhere. Open continues coming up right after this.